Okay, it is the one and only Ronin the Traveler. Man, got a good question from my brother named William, but first, let me give a shout out to the Blue Book Passport Cartel and a even more special shout out to the channel members. Man, you guys mean the world. I appreciate you guys, man. You are the real supporters. But Brother William said, listen, man, I live in the UK. I recently went through a divorce, 35 years old, and I was thinking about coming to Sosua, and men telling me now to not come because it's changing. Well, look, man, you got to watch who you listen to. My house is actually 16 minutes away from Sosúa Beach. And let me tell you, Sosua is changing, but if you need that reset, everything you need is here, and you will have a great time. There is changing, but it's changing for the better. The things that they're doing in Sosua, there's so many people had stalls that didn't have anybody name on it. They're working at it or whatever. So you had your name on the stall, they're tearing it down. And so that's changing. And as far as the women, they're gonna make the women dress better. They're trying to make Sosua, the Punta Cana of the North, even better. They're gonna have golf courses. They're gonna have so many different things, man. If you want to invest in Sosua, this is the best time. But I understand why you want to come, man. I still think you should come. You'll have a good time, because look, Western men are dissatisfied with dating in the West. The dating dynamics in the West suck. See, I don't know too much about the UK, but I know in America, man, it is terrible. Let me give you, brother already got a story time. Look, I met this chick right before I came to DR. At the time, I had a red GLA Mercedes, and I'm getting some maintenance done. I go to the Mercedes dealership. There's a beautiful chocolate sister sitting in there, and I'm waiting, and we both getting maintenance done, and we talking a little bit, just blase, and we hit it off. So we exchanged numbers and start dating, going on dates, going on this. So I actually like the chick. I ain't like her politics, how she seen the world, but I liked her. And we were kicking it for a while. So one day she tells me, hey, let's go to brunch with my parents. And I do. I go with her. I meet the mom and dad. Meet the dad. Dad is a complete simp. The mom doing all the talking. You know these situations, and especially the black community. So the mom disrespect me from the beginning. Everything she told me, she was like, well, we got this. She was telling me about a party that's coming up, like a ball. She would ask me if I wanted to come. I told her no, I wasn't into it. Then that triggered her. She like, what school did you go to? I said, well, I didn't go to traditional college. I went to trade school. I became a welder, and becoming a welder, I told her my origin story, and she looked down. She looked at me like I had a piece of dookie on my head. She looked down on the blue collar type person, even though I had a bigger house than her daughter, and her husband put together. And she was very disrespectful. And I end up getting up, leaving there. And even though I liked the daughter, I couldn't really deal with her neither, because she would always tell me, why don't you go back to school? Like, why would I go back to school? I live in a $400,000 house. I have everything. What sense that make? But some of these black people have a bourgeoisie mindset. So I end up getting away from them, and I'm glad I did. That was part of the reset. So what it showed me was, no matter what you do to certain people, you always will be under them. So when you're dating in the West, that's part of the thing. Look, most of us have a desire for a traditional relationship. We want those roles, and in the West, some men feel like those roles are gone. And I'm gonna tell you, many places they are gone. Not all women are like that, but they look down on you if you're blue collar. You're a truck driver, they look down on you. If you're a guy, like I always tell people that my mail lady in my condo told me, the only men like me are mailmen. I'm like, but you're a mail lady. And she looked at me like I told her something bad. So, and I don't want a mailman. These chicks always think they're better than what they can get. So I tell guys, man, come get your reset. This is what Sosua is. This is the best part. Now, you're not supposed to come here and fall in love with the women. Fall in love with the culture. Fall in love with the brotherhood. Fall in love with the beach. Look at this beach, man. I'm walking around out here having a good time. So look, it's the next day. You're going to be valued abroad. You're going. Many men often feel more appreciated when they travel. So, Brother William, man, you're going to feel that, man. You're going to feel, these are things that you're going to feel. So, man, you come to Sosua, I can guarantee you a good time. I guarantee anybody a good time. Look, even though Pedro Casante is a small little area, man, you're going to have a good time there. You're going to be safe there. And look, and if you want to get outside of Pedro Casante, you will go to the rest of the Dominican Republic. And I tell people, sometimes you got to leave the tourist area. It depends on how long you go there. I live in a Dominican neighborhood in the barrio. Look, that economic advantage, the strength of that Western currency can prove a more comfortable lifestyle abroad. Let me tell you, just in the barrio, my rent is $250, counting a lot of other things. I waste money. I just can't go broke here. You go broke if you act crazy, but man, I do a lot of things. I have everything I want. Man, you got these advantages that's just out of this world. And look, especially if you want to stay here long term, you can get remote work. Man, there's a lot of rise in remote work, especially if you're going to get into YouTube. There's a lot of different things, and I don't know what color you are, man, but don't matter. In the DR, if you're white, you're black, you're going to feel comfortable, man. You're going to be straight. But here's the best thing about Sosua I like the most: the community support. We got such a community here in Sosua. I love Santo Domingo. Many of you guys know that, but Santo Domingo can't hold a candle. No place can hold a candle to that community support that you're going to get in Sosua. Like in Sosua, man, you're going to feel like family. That's the best thing, man. Whether you're in flip-flop eating wings or you walking down the street, wherever you at, you're going to feel like family, man. You know, many of you guys know, man, I sit at Flip. I go to different places, Jolly Rogers, man, wings and waffles. There's places that you're going to go and you're just going to feel like family. But the biggest thing, man, is just leave. Don't fall in love. Just get your reset. When you come here, have an open mind. Kick it with some chicks if that's what you want to do. Kick it with the brothers. Enjoy this good weather. Enjoy this beach. And man, you're going to be a new person going back to your country. You're going back to the UK. You're going to be a new William. And that's real, because that reset is very important. The Sosua reset will change your life. Man, I don't care what you're going through. I tell dudes this all the time. Your wife done left you, come to Sosua. Now, after you done dealt with your trauma, see, you got to deal with your trauma first. So many guys, and I've done this too, we jump into relationships so fast with other women because we haven't dealt with the trauma. You know, hurt people. Man, I went to Santo Domingo and I toured through villages. Like, I thought I was ready to be in relationships with women, because getting in relationships with women in the DR is easy as hell. Like, because you do got an advantage. You got passport privilege. You're a foreigner. It is like, we have money. We have things. And money does matter. I'm not going to lie to you and say money don't matter. Money matters in the United States. You know, women in the United States are going to sit there and tell you that, oh, these foreign women only want you for your money. While the women in the United States only want you for your money. They don't want no broke men. Look, again, to the balloon challenge. I was watching that. Dude, 6'3", 6'2". They're not good enough. You're not tall enough. These are women 5'1", 5'2", telling these grown men you're not good enough. What do you do for a living? But it's never about them. So we need to hold them accountable too. So I tell men, look, man, do what make you happy. And coming to Sosua makes men happy. And for the haters, because there's so many people that hate on Sosua and hate on the passport bros and this and that. I was listening to a guy yesterday. Somebody sent me a video, and what he said, and he's a pro-black guy. You know, a lot of pro-black movement, man. That's why I can't rock with it, even though I got certain views like that. But man, a lot of these guys are pro-black, man. They are just so much simps. They remind me a lot of the preachers. A lot of the preachers. I used to go to church, man. I was married at the time, and these preachers were some of the biggest simps. Oh man, they catered to women. I know it's business now, but man, the church was full of single moms and a few married black dudes, and they sitting there like Joe Sausage smiling. These cats ain't never call out nothing. They ain't say nothing. But what the dude was saying was, he talking about the passport, bro. He said, you know what? These guys don't know women. They don't know about women at all. They say they're weak and socially awkward. You know, these days, oh, they always bashing women, especially black women. And I'm like, why would they say that? Like, they don't understand dating dynamics. Like, when you look at the real dynamics, if you really cared about black women, you tell them the truth. Only 28-30% of black women are even married. But in the 1950s, over 60-70% were married. What's the problem? It's them, these dudes and these weak women. So I tell you guys, man, so with us, we have to save ourselves, regardless of our color, regardless of where we at. I tell men, save yourself, man. So Sosua is perfect for a person. Come here, get your reset. Now, after you get your reset and you got with the brothers, and you're a new creature, go back home renewed. And when you come again, or if you want to move here, next we can talk about how you find real relationships, because there's levels to the game. There's levels. So that's another subject we can get into, man, but we're going to stop it right here. Just letting you guys know, man, Sosua is changing, but it's not going nowhere. Man, you will meet some of the baddest, finest, have a good time. You're going to meet some brothers. You're going to learn about real estate. You're going to learn about everything else that you need, man. So, man, we are out. Shout out to the Blue Book Passport Cartel. And again, man, shout out to you members. Look, 2025 is a new year. We're traveling to every country. I'm going to load the members up with all these goodies. So, man, thank you for supporting me. We are out.
You want my spot flash? Huh? Well, you ain't gonna get it, 'cause you ain't got it.